Welcome to the Akashic Library.
You know that feeling like you're just waiting for some kind of sign to finally make a big change in your life? Well, that's exactly what we're digging into today. This whole idea of radically changing everything. And bam, it starts with this. Talk about direct, right? No beating around the bush. If you've been sitting there hoping for some kind of permission slip from the universe to shake things up, consider this your official notice. Okay, so to really get this, we've got to shift our perspective a little. Let's try this on. Think of your life like a TV show. Seriously. And in this show, you're not some background character or a guest star. No, you are the main character. The whole story, it's all about you. But wait, it gets even better. Not only are you the star of the show, you're also the creative director. You're in the driver's seat. You get to write the script, you decide where the plot goes, and here's the best part. You have the power to call cut on an entire season and kick off a brand new one. So the big question is, how do you know? How do you know when it's time to wrap up the current season of your life? Well, it usually starts with this, one specific feeling. Let's talk about that feeling, because I think we've all been there. It's that little nagging voice, right? That sense that something's off, like you're stuck on repeat, or you just know deep down you're capable of more. That's not just a bad day, folks. That's a signal. And what's that signal trying to tell you? Something really important, actually. It's telling you that just standing still, well, it comes with a price. And this is where we need to totally reframe what that discomfort actually is. It's not some random feeling that just pops up. Think of it like a bill you have to pay. It's the price of admission for staying the same, for sticking with what's safe, even when it doesn't feel right. So let's get personal for a second. What's that price for you? What are you paying every single day? Is it your joy, your untapped potential, that sense of adventure you used to have? Once you actually name that cost, suddenly doing nothing starts to feel way more expensive than taking a leap. Okay, so once you see how much sameness is costing you, the idea of making a big radical change doesn't seem so crazy anymore. In fact, it starts to look like the only logical solution. So, let's get into it. And this slide just nails the difference, doesn't it? We're not talking about making little tweaks to the show. Getting a new haircut, a tattoo. Those are just minor edits. We're talking about a full-on season finale plot twist. Something so big it demands a whole new season. And these are the kinds of moves we're talking about. Moving to a new country, finally starting that business you've been dreaming of, quitting the job that drains your soul, breaking up with the person who's holding you back, or just finally putting your voice out there online. These aren't just small changes. These are actions that literally rewrite the entire storyline. But of course, right when you start thinking about something that big, this huge, scary question pops up and slams on the brakes for pretty much all of us. And there it is, the voice of fear. But what if I fail? This is the question that keeps people stuck. It keeps us in jobs we hate, in relationships that are long past their expiration date, in lives that just feel too small. It's the ultimate dream killer, that one. But what if the answer to that question is, so what? What if we just completely change how we think about failure? What if we just decided that failing, in the way we usually think of it, isn't even a real thing? Think about it. What we call failure is usually just a setback, something you can absolutely handle. It's an event that, might suck for a bit, but you will get back up. It's an experience that's going to teach you something no matter what. It makes you wiser. And ultimately, it's just something you'll move on from. It's not the end of the story, it's just a plot point. So imagine you just take that fear of failure off the table. What does that free you up to do? Well, it gives you the pen. It lets you start writing that next amazing chapter of your life. And it all kicks off the second you move differently. That's it. One different choice, one new action. The moment you break out of your old routine, you're basically sending a brand new signal out to the universe. And guess what? Life responds. When you send out that new signal, you start attracting new things into your story. You're literally making room for new opportunities to show up, for new people to walk in, and for completely new adventures to begin. And really, it all boils down to this. It's so simple, but so important. If you want a new life, you have to become a new you. You can't expect everything around you to change if you're still showing up as the same old person. The change starts inside. And that brings us to this final, huge idea. So many of us live our lives like we're in a coloring book, right? We're so careful to stay inside the lines someone else drew for us. But here's the truth.
the radical truth. There is no coloring book. You're holding a completely blank canvas. There were never any lines to begin with.
So, that leaves us with one last thing to think about. As the writer, director, and star of your own life, what's the title of your next season? Seriously, think about it. What are you going to call it? Because the moment you give it a name, that's the first step to making it real.
Radical transformation requires radical honesty about what's not working. Next, rewire your thinking and reprogram your mind.